Yo, what's going on? It is 11:30, Monday, June 15th. Today, I did not really care for the way price was moving, so I just took an eval play and it was an okay trade. Here's the result of this. We're going to get into the trade, going to get into the rest of the day and why I only took this play on eval because this very well so could have been a funded trade and is one that I would typically find myself taking on funded, but just today I was not liking all of this. I didn't want to enter essentially and all that just basically off an SMC. So that's why I did it, but I'll get a little bit more into that. So coming into the day, we had a daily fair value gap above and a wickless. Let me get rid of this. And a lot of high time frame gaps, Asia low, and a wickless NWOG below. NWOG fill down there. So I honestly thought we would have hit this gap and then presented ourselves lower. Basically used 930 to get up here as a Judas swing and then get lower. That's why I had this 1 minute marked out to this 930 low. Would have done this on for funded. This would have been the play. Going break even at the 930 low. But we never got that. I wanted it to take this. Like I was more ready to take it on this trade, or like if it would inverse on this candle or this candle. Then we started pumping up, created this buy side up here, which I was looking to target because we had a 30-second gap up here. I was willing to take that gap on this candle. And yeah, this retracement, this retracement, this retracement, this retracement. I was willing to just take this gap all day long. But really, like, look at the way price was. Consolidation, pretty strong consolidation. Honestly, just wasn't crazy about it. Once we got this SMT right here, I don't think this was a terrible take. I do not think this was a terrible take at a trade. Oh, shit. This was not at all a bad take at a trade. Pretty solid nonetheless. Or what about the 30-second? What did the 30-second look like here? Or we took the upper 30. Wait on the 30-second. Could have been held to right here. Yeah, this is bad RR right here. Held right here. Not bad at all. You had the internal, external SMT. Just not really my cup of tea. Then we still just consolidated. So to me, this is about damn near 52 minutes of indecisiveness because I was ready to take this short if we displaced or this long if we just inversed it in general. Then we left a pair of equal highs around here. Let's see if they should have loaded up. Give it a second to load up. I apologize. Or I could just load up. Yeah. So right, we had this tiny ass baby gap 1 minute. With these equal highs right here, an internal SMT on this. I don't think we inverted on this candle, right? This candle doesn't invert it, but this candle does, however, invert the 30-second gap. There was a 1 minute. I was waiting on the 1 minute. If I was more risky or not as patient, I would have definitely just been caught up in a lot of this chop with the 30-second, which probably would have gone break even, right? So look, so now, right, you basically market order this 30-second nonetheless. I did not think this 1 minute had inverted. So I kind of I was like, did it inverse? Did it inverse? And then I had to wait a second to even get in. But then I had just basically got in basically right there because this candle initially dumped through. Showed some pretty good signs of displacement. Then I was like, okay, once we took, basically after you've seen this, we started retracing back up. You can see like dump. Once I seen like this candle start pumping back up, I said once we take that internal high, I would go break even. So right here is when I went break even. I was just holding up here because this was the 1500 I needed to have passed this lucid eval. So right, I said I would go break even right there, which I did. We almost get stopped out twice. And then about here is when I think I moved my stop to like right here. It's gonna secure 85 bucks. Once we SMT'd with it on ES, I think I moved my stop right here for 470. And then once we took the new equal highs, I heavily, I'm not gonna lie, I 100 heavily percent thought of once we made those new equal highs, I was gonna put my stop right here for 870, but I'm glad I didn't and just left it right here. Once we took this new equal highs, which we did on this next candle, I basically moved to move my stop loss like right here or higher. No, I moved my stop loss way higher. Move my stop loss like, oh wait, it's the next candle. I think I moved my stop loss, whatever. Hold up. Whenever we took these equal, yeah, I had moved my stop loss like right here. But yeah, that was the trade. So it was 2.64 RR. Also forgot to mention, once we did take those equal highs, I limited my risk. I mean, I'm sorry. Before I went break even, I had limited my risk to right here. So yeah, that was the trade for the day. Why I didn't take it on funded. First of all, this gap isn't even crazy. A lot of consolidation through it. Not enough displacement through it, in my opinion. Only an internal SMT is really all that we're rejecting off. If we take a look at higher time frame, look at what the higher time frame looks like. We're respecting this 15-minute, but that's really about all that we've got going for us. We had an hourly still below. Just not the best behind it, but I mean, it hit. And yeah, I basically made the perfect amount. So yeah, that was about it. Just a eval play for today. That's all that I ended up taking. Fuck eval jail. That shit don't exist for me, but funded jail does exist for me. So let's try to break out of that shell. Let's continue to work. It was a no news Monday, FOMC week. Not high probability today, but we got out of here with a nice win on eval. Eval it's great to be able to pass these accounts and things such as that. I'm probably gonna always just keep one eval in the background to trade, just to keep building and building and building and building, because if I can afford it, thankfully, shout out to big man above, that put me in the position to be able to afford it. I need to just react upon the opportunity, not just sit here. My fundeds are down 400, so let's just continue to trade well. Let's continue to trade calmly. Let's continue to trade like I know who I am. As you can see, I know who I am. Now I just have to apply that when it matters most. So again, let's just continue to work every single day, and let's just continue to get better day by day. With that being said, peace out. Peace, love, positivity. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, I don't really have much more to say, so I'll catch you tomorrow.